Warning, the following program contains spoilers. Viewer discretion is advised. You have been warned.
In this real life catastrophe, I'd rather live in an RPG. In this real life catastrophe, I'd rather live in an RPG. Creating who I want and how I want to be. There'd be no rent or power bills, I'd just go out and hone my skills. Defeating enemies for gold and XP.
Welcome back to Gouda Time. I'm Megan.
And I'm Colby, and this is a good time.
We say that way too much.
It's a Gouda time.
You have to make sure to do this.
A Gouda
It's
time.
a Gouda time. So,
I have a good time saying that.
we also had a Gouda time going to see Sin City.
We did. We
Yes.
did. Frank Miller's Sin City was
A Dame to Kill For. It was the second one.
second one.
Unlike Sharknado, the second one, it was not actually called Sin City, the second one.
It had a subtitle, yeah.
So anyway.
So what were your thoughts of it?
I really liked it. I like that gritty style, and I really liked Sin City, and then I really liked the second one. Like I don't know, there's a lot of action, a lot of gore. It's mostly what I like. So it's pretty cool, and I really like the gang of girls, and the Japanese girl's my favorite. So she had kind of a cool part in the movie, so I totally enjoyed it.
Definitely. I liked it a lot too. It ran a little different than the first one. The first one definitely had, three distinct stories, and then a little bit of tie-in that kind of connected them about Sin City. And this one was much more, it was one story with parts, if that makes any sense.
There was from what I could follow, there were at least two stories, because there was the Jordan or Levitt, what is his name? Oh man. The gambler guy.
Yes.
That was a distinct, completely different storyline than everything else. It didn't even tie in. What is the actor's name? What is the actor's name? Gordon
Levitt. Yes. Is that it? But in this movie, it was actually beneficial if you saw the first one, because there was actually a lot of throwbacks, a lot of ties to the original movie that I think you probably would have.
You had to kind of watch the first movie to understand what was going on in the second movie a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of like when they talked about the Yellow Bastard and stuff like that from the first movie.
Yeah.
If you didn't know who that was, it would have been you would have. No, you would certainly not would have been lost, but you would have lost a little bit of the story.
And you would have been like, why is Bruce Willis there and then not there? That is Bruce Willis, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because if you hadn't seen the first one, you would have been like, is she seeing things? Why is she seeing things? Is he a ghost? Why is he dead? Who is he? Why was he there in the first place? I'm so confused. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm really bad at actors' names, guys. I'm sorry.
You got Bruce Willis right.
I did, but then I
Yay!
had to ask to make sure that I got Bruce Willis's name right. If I had just kept going, then no one would have known. But no, I liked it. I would definitely watch it again. Rent it or whatever. I don't think I'd pay to see it in the movie theater again. But then again, I'm broke, so I don't want to see anything twice in the movie theaters.
That may be Guardians.
No.
No? I'd probably see that again.
I would if someone else paid for it.
Done.
So every week we do our pick of the week for comics, because it was Wednesday a couple days ago. Maybe a little less than a week ago, actually.
Yep, and we are a comic store, so of course we like comics. But what made us open?
What is your favorite pick of the week today, Colby?
So, my pick of the week was the Wolverine, the 1 month to tie. They're leading up to the
Imminent death of Wolverine.
or possible death of Wolverine.
Imminent.
And so they've been doing this countdown. Every issue has been 3 months to live, 2 months to live, 1 month to live, or 1 month to die. And then starting next week they got the Death of Wolverine storyline that's going to start, and that's going to be supposedly the actual death, the finale, the end of the unkillable Wolverine.
And of course, we're gonna have a memorial for him, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, we will
Yeah.
have a memorial for
Next Wednesday.
the late Wolverine. Hopefully, he dies. That's really.
And
mean
then
to
we'll
say,
just have
but-
it every Wednesday on New Comic Day until he actually dies.
What do you think? What do you think they're gonna do? Do you think they're actually gonna kill him off?
I don't know.
He's like, I'm a human factor.
I actually read the preview comic for issue
Oh,
1
yeah.
of Death of Wolverine.
Yep. Don't say anything, bitch.
So I'm not gonna. People who don't know, haven't been reading. I'm not gonna say anything. We are not spoiling this week. Yay! This week, no spoilers. Well,
No, there's gonna be spoilers.
there'll be spoilers, and we already spoiled a little stuff in Sin City too. But whatever.
I just said that the Japanese girl had a really cool part. I didn't say anything else.
Right.
Oh wait, and then the Levitt thing.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, my pick of the week this week is Wayward. Wayward is an Image comic. It's #1. So Wayward is about this girl who is, like, she's a teenager. She goes to high school. She is half Irish and half Japanese. So right at the beginning of the comic, they kind of explain, like, my parents, they got divorced, so I'm going to go to Ireland to live with my dad. Then she's like, f my dad. And so then she's like, no, I'm going to go live with my mom in Japan. And so that's kind of where it all starts. So she's in Japan, and she's like walking around and being like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, because it's Japan. And she gets attacked in an alleyway. And you kind of, like, find out from there, she kind of has some sort of, like, superpower stuff. She can, like, see things. I don't want to give it away. There's a huge fantasy element in it. There's actually kind of a touch on Japanese, like, mythology and lore, and so it's really super cool. Like, if you don't know what a kappa is, I've been explaining it to people that don't know, but it like alludes to, like, what a kappa is. Not really. It doesn't explain it very well, but
Yet. It doesn't explain it yet.
Well, okay,
Maybe.
so for those of you that don't know, in Japanese mythology, a kappa is a water demon, or like a water spirit, that has, like, a bowl in its head. It's like a turtle lizard thing. And it comes out of lakes and rivers and is, like, with a passerby. And if you gain its respect, it'll bow to you and lose all the water in its head. And you've defeated the kappa. If you don't, it will kill you. So, like, that's the whole point of the kappa. It's a water demon story. Anyway, they say the name in there, and a lot of people are like, I don't understand. So I just wanted to make sure that that was clear.
Now it's clear.
Now it is clear. But there's, like, a crazy cat lady in it, and she has lots of cats. Like, the original cover is, like, just a bunch of cats on it. I don't know. I really, 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 really like this comic so far. You know my art style. Like, I like Saga, and Supreme Blue Rose is pretty cool, too. Like, stuff like that. I'm getting my love for Image right now. But Wayward actually has really good art, too. It's nice, clean, and crisp, and it's kind of anime-esque, but it's set in Japan, so I'm okay with that.
And there's a bunch of variant covers.
Yes, there's actually quite a few variant covers for the first one. I end up liking this one the best, and then I like the original cover second best, even though it's pretty cool. But I like the.
Yeah, Adam Warren did a cover. He used to do a lot of like American anime kind of stuff, like Dirty Pair and stuff like that.
Mhm.
He's real well known for doing like that anime manga style.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I really like it. It's Image #1. I read all of Image's #1s. This one really stuck out at me, though. I like it a lot. So I'd suggest to pick it up if you can.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Oh, didn't see you there. Come on down to Cheese Boy Comics. We have soda. Casual.
Welcome back to Gouda Time. I hope you enjoyed that educational tidbit from our sponsors. So, let's talk about magic.
There are some big changes. Big changes coming in Magic.
If you haven't already heard about it, you live under a rock. Just saying.
If you're a casual player, it doesn't change anything for rules or anything like that. But it's for the competitive players, they're actually going to change the whole rotation system, the block system.
Well, I honestly, it's going to be a big thing for casual players too because, well, we'll talk. Sorry. We'll get into it.
Okay.
Sorry. I get excited.
So basically, what's going on is they're going to run Takir, the Takir block like normal. They're going to put out 16, and then after that, they're going to stop doing core sets, and they are going to start doing 2 block sets, or 2 set blocks. Right now, blocks are always 3, and then there's a core set that follows, and the core set, basically what they were saying was the core set was something they set up for new players, but then they wanted to be able to sell it to advanced players, so it was a mix of like really basic cards and a few really advanced cards, and so it was confusing for everybody.
It was pretty bad.
So they just decided to just totally scratch it. They figured that they could start doing 2 set blocks, and that way there'll be 3 blocks in at a time, and as the 4th block starts, it'll eliminate the 4 back. Or
So at most, we're going to have 6 sets in every rotation, at most.
At most.
And at least 5.
Yes.
It'll always be 5, and then sometimes 6.
So it won't go from this little mini block to
Right.
this
Super standard.
Super standard.
Right. I really like the change. I found Cardboard Crack is like this super cool little comic, and I found they put up a comic that's like perfect to this situation. So if you read it, like pretty much everyone is super excited about the change. No one is saying bad things about it. I'm a little worried. Brian Kibler posted on his Twitter, and he said that I'm gonna paraphrase here, but he said that like, he's not worried. He wasn't worried about Magic being ruined because of this, only until people were not mad about it, and now he's a little worried. So I don't know.
Never has everybody agreed on something on Magic. Everybody's like half and half.
Yeah, I sense some bad juju coming. But no, I really like how they're gonna do it. I like that we're gonna have like double the story and double the,
Yeah, that was the other part that they were talking about is instead of stretching a story out for a block for a full year and making one little story have to last a whole year, now that they can tell it in 6 months, because then the next block, and so they can really move the story, the lore along.
So really the biggest change is going to be that sets are going to phase out every 18 months instead of every 24 months. And so not only is there going to be a rotation in fall like we're used to, but there's also going to be one in spring. So that's double the time for standard. Well, I mean, not double, but like it's quicker standards. Like we're not going to have, Thoughtseize, Pack Rat, Lifebane Zombie, go! Like, you're dead.
It won't get stale.
Yes.
And that was a lot of players. Yeah. It sounds like in the R&D department, it was a lot of their issue was that some stuff just hung around too long, and people just got bored.
Sphinx's revelation.
And people just got bored of it, and then they just were kind of dropping off and kind of waiting for a rotation.
Now here's the interesting that I think the interesting thing that I'm like thinking about as like you're the store owner and like we're working and we're trying to sell stuff, like I don't really know what it's gonna do to like the secondary market, like how we sell cards. I think it's gonna boost prices quite a bit, and so it's gonna be more expensive to play Magic in Standard just because there's gonna be less packs that are opened over time, and then the prices of things are just going to be a little bit higher because there's going to be more demand for less cards.
But things aren't going to last as long, so I don't really see it being an issue. I mean, there's that rotation, and so...
Well, because if you think about it, like, Ravnica Block, right? So Ravnica Block has been around forever. People don't usually buy packs anymore, but here and there they get opened, right? People buy boxes, whatever, like a Dragon's Maze or not Dragon's Maze, mostly Ravnica, but it's been around long enough that the cards from there, they weren't terrible, except for Sphinx, of course, you know, because it was just one of those cards that everyone used. But like, think if we only had that for 18 months instead of 24 months. Like, the less drafts happen, less opening happens, like, and so I don't know if they're going to be making as much product.
But if you keep the excitement and people still are coming in and actively buying things all the way through that 18 months,
right?
As opposed to now they're buying it for a year, maybe a year and a half, and then there's so much stuff out there that you know, like the Ravnica, the Dragon's Maze, the Gatecrash,
right,
has really slowed. I mean, it's like
it has.
It's like people are picking it up, but it's more like I said, casual players who are they're new players that don't have those cards that are picking them up. They're not necessarily the competitive players.
You're probably right.
Only picking up singles.
I don't know. I was just trying to play devil's advocate.
I think it'll be good. I don't think it'll skyrocket sales like single sales at all. I mean, like price wise, and the packs will all be available, and so I think overall it's going to be good for just the whole market.
Cool. All right, it was really hard to play devil's advocate, and so I probably sounded really dumb. But I was trying to think of something to say. Like, I mean, what can you say against this? It's such a good idea. Like,
it really is. It really is. I think it's they've done a lot of changes to Magic, and like I said, like you said, it's always 50-50. Some people like it, some people hate it.
Yeah.
I don't see how anybody could dislike this.
Yeah. I don't know. I really like the change, and even if it does perhaps make sales a little bit higher, you know, like singles a little bit higher, I don't think it's gonna affect any of the more competitive players. Honestly, the more casual players might be like, ooh, that is a little bit expensive for this card, so I just won't get it, and then just maybe like grab some packs, which would be good anyway. So, but also speaking of Magic, there was a Pro Tour qualifier this weekend here.
There was?
At Lexus Park, and I played in it.
Very own Megan played in it.
I went 3-3.
Which is not bad for...
It was my first big Modern event, and it was my first PTQ, so whatever. I went 3-3. I almost won 2 rounds, whatever. I'm very mad about them, but he top decked like a champ.
And you also got the deck like 3 days before you played. So.
Maybe it might have been the day before I played. But no, I'm completely obsessed with it. I was playing Living End. It was super fun. A friend of mine was just like, here, play this tomorrow. And I was like, okay, I was going to play Boggle, but I guess I'm going to play this. And then I'm like totally in love with the deck now. But Chris Higashi, I want to give a shout out to him. He won the Pro Tour qualifier, and he's heading to Hawaii. I'm so proud of him. Yay! Go Higashi! Do. I don't know. I'm happy that someone I knew got the Pro Tour qualifier. Whatever, don't judge me. But no, so he'll be there. I don't know. Anything else to say about that?
It was a good event.
It was very exciting. I had a lot of fun. I got a lot of points, even if I did only go 3-3. It's okay. It's better than 0-6. Yes.
And LA is coming up, and
I know.
You're just gonna
grinding.
You're gonna take it.
I'm gonna grind.
You're gonna take it all the way.
All the way.
Yep.
Top 8.
Yep.
And when I say top 8, I mean day 2.
And then that podcast will be a party.
Oh my god. Dude, even if I make day 2, it'll be a party. Even if I almost make day 2, it'll be a party. Even if I go or like what's 0-X, then it'll still be a party, but it'll be a party for my death. Because I'll just I'm done.
Yeah, no X.
No.
X and O.
X and O, got it.
Yes.
X and O. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm super excited.
Owens.
Yes. So, if you guys have any, if you guys want to talk about standard when cons releases, just come on in, talk to me about it, because I'm like super, super duper excited about LA, and I want to do well, and I want to talk to people about magic. I'm like so into magic right now. I live, breathe, and bleed magic at the moment, so.
But just so you know, Magic's not the only game we do here at Cheeseboy. We do all kinds of stuff. We've got Netrunners on Tuesday. We've got a group who's trying to get some hero clicks going, and hopefully in the next couple weeks we'll be having that up and running.
Keep your Thursdays available, because I believe they'll be on Thursdays, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sunday we do board games, all kinds of board games. Certainly, if there's ever a board game that you want us to talk about, let us know. We'll be happy to. We'll open up a copy. We'll play it. We'll give you our review.
Totally. I love playing new board games.
Totally. Sunday's the best day of the week.
It totally is. You want to know why Sunday's the best day of the week? It's board game day! Oh.
I was waiting for you to say because you're off. But you're off.
But I'm not off on Sundays.
No, it's actually the day you requested to work because you like playing board games.
It's true.
You really don't get a lot of work out of you that day, but people enjoy you.
I entertain customers.
You absolutely do. We do have a bunch of people who come in just to play games with you.
Yay! I have fun. Yeah, I love board games. You guys should come down, play board games with us. Like we said earlier in one of the other episodes, you get lonely. Oh man.
But certainly if there's ever anything you want us to talk about, comics, games, specific magic rules, anything at all, just put some notes in our webcast here, and we'll do what we can to make everybody happy.
Comment on the video. You can email us at cheeseboycomics@gmail.com. You can call us.
Come into the store.
Come in.
In fact, always come into the store anyway. Shameless plug.
Have I mentioned today that you're a weirdo?
Yeah, I think you did.
Probably once or twice. Thank you for joining us at Gouda Time. I hope you had a Gouda time.
We had a Gouda time.
We had a Gouda time.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us today on Gouda Time. Just a reminder that starting September 3rd, be sure to come check out Star City Games starting time at 6 p.m. with a buy-in at $10. Come and play and chat with us about our super awesome prizes. And on the first week, first place gets a exclusive Comic-Con Black Foil Guru. More info on that will come later. We would also love to give a big shout out to our band of the week, Time Crashers, for letting us use their awesome music for our ending credits, and another big shout out to 3D6 for providing our opening credits. Also, before I forget, if you like the show, be sure to subscribe. Bye-bye!